Oh man.
I mean,
sad times.
Yeah, it was just. But here's another thing that Zack Snyder said, that Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens caused more collateral damage than Man of Steel.
Yeah. It's just being a sore sport because his movie's not performing. And he should be happy because they made a lot of money off that train wreck. And yeah, I'm being rude towards this movie because they knew better. You know what I'm saying?
Please don't hold back any punches. I'm not gonna hold back any punches. I'm still not. Right. I'm not done roasting this.
Like you said before, you're done being polite.
Yeah.
With these things, yeah, and like they've had so many chances with us, and they let us down every time, and they deliberately do it. It's deliberate. I find it's very deliberate, but I don't know where I was going with this.
I'll let you get your thought back.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just collateral damage. Star Wars. Yeah, he's just being a sore sport. Because, oh man. I'll come back to that question. Because I had something really good there. And I'm sure it will kick back in a minute. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. No, I was just thinking of my rebuttal, because it does seem like Zack Snyder, I just say this, shut the hell up. Just...
Yeah.
At least, people who don't like the Avengers 2, they tried to save people. They got, from what I recall, they put everybody on this, ship.
Mm-hmm.
So they made sure to get everybody out of Dodge. Superman didn't even care in Man of Steel.
Oh,
and again, we saw that in the beginning of this movie, where there's still people in the building. So people died. A lot of people died.
Mm-hmm.
In this fight against Zod. So I'm really tired of the excuses. Superman.
Yeah. Yeah. And you can clearly, like where I was going with Heroes, you can clearly see how Marvel is paying a little bit more fan service because, Superman is very gloomy, through even the fight. Like how, like in those other, like the Dark Knight Returns, how they know they're gonna have to face down, but they're friends.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
Okay, well, there's like this scene where Superman has like a Falcon or something like that, or Falcon. It's either Superman or Bruce. Anyway, they're going back and forth. They're talking, and you can still. They know that they're gonna come head to head, but they're still friends, and there's still that positive outlook. Like there's still like chance for positivity. You can kind of see it with Marvel, like the Civil War trailer. How, if you look at Man of Steel, Henry Cavill's that one glum monotone all the way through. But you look at something like that scene where Captain America is fighting Iron Man, and he's like, I can do this all day. He's still got that hero-esque part of him, like that, to connect to the audience, and he still seems more like a hero, whereas Superman almost feels like I hate to say it, but like a zombie.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't feel like a real character in this movie. Like I don't know, it's hard to explain it.
People are drawn to that for whatever reason. I mean, I don't understand it.
Yeah.
What is there? What's to be?
Yeah.
How can you be inspired by a guy that can cause so much collateral damage and be this kind of depressed and despondent, type of hero?
Yeah.
It's not even a hero, so.
Yeah, it's kind of like he's too wrapped up in that whole, what happened in the last movie.
Yeah, I'll say this.
He hasn't grown.
I was watching Superman Returns earlier, and I still don't like the film, but the thing with Brandon Routh, he wasn't a great Superman, but at least he smiled. At least there's some elements there of Clark Kent. Okay, he tried to be too much like Christopher Reeve, but he wasn't depressed. He wasn't sad-faced. He wasn't despondent. He wasn't glum. You know, again, I still don't like the movie, but at least I can say that about Brandon Routh. And even he says, if I can get a quote up real quick, he made a comment before this film came out. Let's see if I can find it, because I really want to mention this. Give me a second. Should have had this up. Okay, here's what he says. This may have been a while back, I don't know when this was. On making Superman character darker. I don't know how much darker you want to make it necessarily. You make the stakes higher, you make the villain darker. I think that's the way to do it. But I don't think Superman himself needs to be darker. He definitely has to struggle, but I don't think Superman should ever be dark and brooding. That's not his nature, and that's not what people want to see.
Exactly.
Brandon Routh said that.
Like, you get that whole, like the Gatling gun scene when the guy's like firing the Gatling gun. I think he's like shooting at the cops. Superman knows that guy's trying to take a life. He walks into the scene, the guy's blasting away on Superman, empties like the whole crate of ammo on him, pulls a gun on him, and shoots him point blank range in the eye. And the fucking bullet like squishes to his eye, falls on the ground, and Superman smirks at him. That's Superman. He knows, there's got to be some kind of strange, thinking like Superman. There's got to be some kind of strange feeling in that, knowing that you're so indestructible that it's like a joke. That it's like God's joke.
And even for the film's action, there's more moments that I recall and remember in Superman Returns than in Batman vs Superman. The scene with the plane, the scene with the Gatling gun, the scene with the car.
Yeah.
There's more moments like that, more moments with Superman. Even if you don't like the film, I know people are going to get mad because we're putting Superman Returns over this film. But again, I think Brandon Routh was a better Superman. He's not better than Christopher Reeve. But he's better than Henry Cavill.
I would rather watch Superman Returns over both the last Man of Steel and this one.
Definitely.
Hands down. Like, hands down, any day of the week. I think Jesse Eisenberg was trying to get basing his role on Parker Posey. And
I don't know. Maybe he watched Batman Forever, and he took note. That's what happened.
I saw that Bat scene today.
Oh, you did?
It wasn't like a clip of that in the music video, like right in the beginning when the Bat's really small and it's flying in. I could have sworn that was in the music video.
I don't recall. I remember I just watched that deleted scene not too long ago, and people should watch it for themselves. It's bad.
Yeah, it was cool though.
It was cool.
I didn't like those slippers Val Kilmer was wearing though.
Yeah.
That kind of took me out of the scene, but I'm serious, distracting. But yeah.
Well, since we're on the topic of Batman, kind of mixing up a little bit, but DC says that they're not going to be pursuing R-rated films and keep it edgy, PG-13.
Yeah, because technically they're doing R now, they're just not showing the blood. They're just not showing the sex, but technically they're doing it. I would say anyway. Superman walking in and sawing two people in half at point blank range in the dream sequence, that's all. To a little kid, that's an R, To
it's still PG-13,
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder
it's like R subject matter, but it's mixed down to PG-13. Like, it's not gory, but... So
you would think that they would, with Deadpool's success...
Yeah.
Why not jump in
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, I would love to see R-rated DC movie. And like I was saying before, Zack Snyder should feel lucky because they made so much money off of this movie, even though everyone didn't like it, or most people didn't like it, I would say. And they're still making revenue off of, websites and stuff and like comment sections because they're still getting the views, right?
Yeah.
And every time people leave comments, that's other views. So they're still making money off of this, and I don't see why he should be, whining about it. Maybe he should be listening to us and taking notes for the next one.
Exactly.
Like, if I was a director, that's what I would do. I would want to know what was wrong with my movie so I could make the next one great, and give it back, pay it forward to the fan. So.
It seems like he didn't learn a thing, though, from Man of Steel. It's just, he amplified the issues by 10.
And what was, Doomsday had Superman's solar burst power? And then he would grow? Like, I didn't get that.
Yeah, I didn't get that either. But, talk about Batman.
Just so many things didn't make sense. But.
Yeah, I don't get... that's the thing I don't understand is that when fans, the DC fans, let's talk about you guys for a second. You guys claim we're more darker, we're more this, and we're more that, but you want to keep it edgy at a PG-13 rating. Meanwhile, Marvel has had their success with Deadpool, and now the news is that Deadpool is the most successful R-rated film of all time. Comic book film. For comic book films. And, I have to ask, what does DC have to say for that?
Yeah. And it's weird too, because you look at Marvel and they can do it both ways. They can do G, PG-13, they can do R, but they know how to do it right. And that's such a great thing. And I don't know why DC doesn't mix it up. And not only with the ratings, but I don't know why they're not thinking in terms of all this money we're putting into all these series, and now none of them you can use because of this movie, because of this crappy ass movie. They can't use any of those TV shows. They can't meld those two worlds together. Marvel has one up on them on that, and that was a bad move, like a really, really bad move. Yeah, it just makes you pick your brain. Like, what the hell is going on?
Well, I can tell you what's going on is that it seems the DC fans and the DC party is losing steam. And they're just going down with this ship.
Yeah. Like...
that is taking on too much water.
Yeah. If I was in charge, I'd make it exactly like the books. In the sense that we have all these great outlets for medium now. Why not connect them all? Like, have a web show, have a TV series, have a theatrical run, theatrical serials, whatever, like there's so many, you could do radio dramas even, and like have them all connected so they all fit. That would be amazing. Like,